The Tennessee Titans are just an absolute joke of an organization right now. This is probably going to be a longer video, and I'm probably going to ramble a little bit. One thing I want to make clear, I still love this team. I support this team. I've got this team's secondary logo tattooed on my forearm, so I am dedicated to this team. But I will admit when they are an absolute joke of an organization, which they are right now. Breaking news this morning as the Titans part ways with General Manager Ran Carthon. Amy Adams Strunk put this statement out. If you want to pause the video, read this statement, go ahead. But basically saying that, the team hasn't improved over the past 2 years. She's disappointed in the win-loss record during that period. She loves this team. She wants the best for this team going forward, yada, yada. Okay, if you're going to make a decision like this and fire Ran Carthon, first thing, this is a mistake because if you're going to fire Ran, you should just go ahead and clean fucking house and fire everybody. Don't just fire Ran. Fire Ran. Fire Brian Callahan. Fire them all. Start over. Fresh slate. Simple as that. If you were only going to fire Ran, it's dumb. It's stupid. Just plain and simple. Either fire everybody or fire no one. My thoughts on that part. And up until seeing this news this morning, I was actually excited heading into this Titans offseason because the Titans do have the number 1 overall pick in the 2025 NFL draft and so many options that they could have with that number 1 overall pick. But with what Amy Adams Strunk just did right here in firing Ran Carthon, that may have just cost the Titans one option, in my opinion. Because after that news broke, look what Coach Prime, Deion Sanders, did. He quote tweeted the Titans and said, wow, with the eyes. Because obviously, Shedeur Sanders, one of the top quarterbacks heading into this draft, and a guy that could have been an option and, fingers crossed, may still be an option for the Titans with the first overall pick. But one thing Deion Sanders wanted for his son was a stable organization from top to bottom. This does not scream stable organization to me. When you have a team that in the last 3 years has fired a general manager and kept the coach, fired a coach and kept the general manager, and now has turned around again this year and fired the general manager and kept the coach. Good job, Amy. Good job. Potentially just screwed us out of one of the potential prospects because you're not showing to be a stable organization right now. Now, we also found out today that Chad Brinker, the president of football operations for the Titans, is going to be the guy that has final say on all football matters, including the roster, setting the roster, all that. Brinker will break ties with respect to the 53-man roster, which leads me to my next point. So basically, the Titans are looking for an assistant GM, but going to give him the GM title, but it's just in name alone. Like the GM, he's not going to have the final say on the roster, anything like that. That is going to Chad Brinker. If that is the fucking case, why not just name Chad Brinker the general manager? What general manager prospect out there is going to look at this job and say, oh, I want to go there and be the general manager, even though I'm not going to get to do what a general manager does. I'm just going to be doing what an assistant general manager would do. Absolutely fucking stupid. Simple as that. It's stupid. It's not an appealing job to see that. And all it does is give Chad Brinker another out if things don't work out in the next couple of years. Because he's not being named the GM. And whoever gets hired as the GM could be the next scapegoat to clear him, throw them under the bus. Like, it just doesn't make sense. If he is going to basically have the job of being the general manager, label him as the general manager. Don't try and bring someone else in to be an assistant and say that they're the general manager, because that's not the case. Another thing that irritates me about this move and really pisses me off, this article from Paul Kaharski talking about Ran Carthon and everything. I guess, they're trying to shed some more light on this, but they were saying that when Ran Carthon and Mike Vrabel were at Will Levis's pro day, Ran Carthon ended up leaving early. Now, some personnel people and scouts say that early departures are not uncommon, but that left a mark on many inside the Titans organization. And apparently, Ran Carthon's post-game routine after road games, personnel people and scouts typically eat and then dive into film of the game for the team they just played to get a head start on Monday review. But Carthon often did what, Paul would do on the plane and take a nap. Now, here's my problem with this, because now they're basically trying to say that Ram was lazy, wasn't doing his job. And am I saying Ram was perfect? No. Obviously, his record, 9-25 as the GM, he did inherit a bad roster. He put together some pretty good drafts, though. Did he hit on every pick? No. Did he hit on every free agent acquisition? No. But he's done more good than he has bad. But if this is the case, he wouldn't have just started that this year. That would have been the case when Vrabel was still the head coach of the Titans as well. So this speaks even more on Amy Adams Strunk, because if this was the case and she picked Ran Carthon over Mike Vrabel, then that falls on her. That falls on her too. Simple as that. If she knew he wasn't as dedicated to the team and this job, she picked wrong. Now, I don't know if she would have picked Vrabel, where this team would be at. Who knows? Especially if he had more roster control. But just saying, if this was the problem you had with him, then why'd you let him stick around another year? Now, a statement from Chad Brinker talking about what they're looking for someone to fill their GM position. Said this particular job, what they'll be looking for is someone who has spent their career as a scout, is a top flight, top level evaluator who has spent the majority of their career projecting college players to the NFL. They've had a major hand in setting the draft board in preferably a consistent winning organization, and you can see their fingerprints all over the roster. That kind of sounds like the guy they just got rid of in Ran Carthon, who was a scout. He helped set draft boards for the 49ers, who have been a winning team over the last several years. Things just aren't adding up here. And look, I know this has been a longer video, a lot of rambling from me on this, but I had a lot to get off my chest in this video about this move that was made today. Now, here's one of my bigger things that has fired me up, because last year, after firing Mike Vrabel, Amy Adams Strunk did not talk to the Titans media. Didn't come up. She sent Ran Carthon out there to answer all of the questions on the Mike Vrabel firing. Basically threw him to the wolves. I gave her a pass on that one. I did. I can't do that again. After this move, Amy Adams Strunk needs to talk to the media and address the fans. Come forward, answer the tough questions. But are we going to get that? No. Because Burke Nihill on Amy Adams Strunk said that Amy empowers Chad to talk for the football team, and she empowers Burke Nihill to speak for the organization. Fuck that. Fuck that. Amy, you're making these decisions. You're saying you want what's best for this team and for the fans. Get up there and answer the tough fucking questions. Go stand at that podium, go sit, whatever, and answer questions. And I'm not talking about with Mike Keith on the OTP. No, I'm talking about to the Titans reporters and their questions, not scripted out questions. We deserve answers from you. We deserve you to sit in front of the media and answer the tough questions. Simple as that. And like I said at the start of this video, I love this team, love this franchise, have the secondary logo tattooed on my body. I bleed two-tone blue. But I'm going to tell you when this organization is an absolute joke, and that's what they are right now. Tighten up.